And to me, that's a signature of things that one
Fair.
of the things that you said before we started this show, one of the things that you said was that more black women are experiencing evictions and things
Yes,
like that.
exactly.
And to me, that's a signature of financial trouble. And when I see financial trouble and I see no unity to work their way out of financial trouble, meaning I got a kid, I'm by myself, and really, if I was in a family unit with a man who is doing what he's supposed to do, not just any man.
Well,
I'm not saying just any man. I'm talking about a man who's doing what he's supposed to do, being a husband, being a father,
okay,
taking care of his. One
fair.
of the things that you
Payment hasn't been received.
The caption says a day in the life of a property manager. It looks like she's talking to a tenant that has possibly gone delinquent on the rent payments.
Received.
But it's the 7 days or leave and all that there.
Right. That's
Well, it's not even so you're downloading and putting it over here.
right. So, nevertheless, if the rent is late, the 7-day notices are sent
And
out.
then I thought it was a late fee.
The
That's what I'm
late
saying.
fees are
We
assessed
also
on the
made it
6th.
clear of something else. I never talked to you, don't even know you. That's why I'm confused on why the email came from you and not the people that we've been dealing with.
The
She put a caption in there. She said, "Girl, you don't got to know me. You really don't." They love to say that. Oh, I've never met you before. Then, meanwhile, it be the owner that they're talking to. Funny enough, they would have been dealing with the property manager and they're like, "Oh, I don't know." And then when the owner comes, who actually owns the property, they're like, "Oh, I don't even know who you are. I've never talked to you." And it's like, "Yeah, mofo, I'm the person that owns this building. The person you've been talking to works for me. What you think? That's why I'm the boss, because I don't have to deal with all this petty stuff. But when you don't pay me my stuff on time, then that's when I got a problem, and that's when I want to show up and introduce myself. You really ain't supposed to know me. See, the people who pay their stuff on time and are responsible, they never meet me, and it's a beautiful relationship. But when we actually have to develop a relationship, that's when you know it's a problem. Some of the logic these people come up with, when really they should be trying to hold themselves accountable instead of trying to tell other people, is incredible to me.
It's a late fee.
the
That's what I'm
late
saying.
fees are
We
assessed
also
on the
made it
6th.
clear of something else. I never talked to you, don't even know you. That's why I'm confused on why the email came from you and not the people that we've been dealing with.
The email came from the company. So
No, it came from you. You signed it. Your name is on there. That's why I got called. That's why I called your number.
The caption says irate and ignorant.
Your name is on there. That's why I got called. That's why I called your number.
right, that's fine. But again, it came from the company. I don't
It didn't
own the
come from the
house.
company. It came from you. If your name, you
Okay.
signed it.
Okay, well,
I
I'm
understand what
not.
you're
I'm not
saying.
gonna
You
go
Yeah.
back and
not
forth
about to sit here and
about
talk
who
to me like I
signed
don't know
it.
what I'm talking about. And you telling me you downloaded some
Yeah.
stuff
Okay.
from
Okay.
off the
Okay.
internet.
Okay, is there something that I can help you with, or would you like me to hang up now?
I'm gonna hang up before you because you're
Payment has.
Let- I tell you, man, the mitigated gall in some of these people. I'm gonna hang up before you. Yeah. Okay. You win. Congratulations. You're gonna be out in 7 days. So let's see who really won when it all comes down to it. See, imagine not paying somebody, and let's say you're really in a position where you can't. And let's say you're down on your luck and you're having hard times right now. Wouldn't that be more the reason to actually show more humility in the situation? But these people get more indignant the more they need other people to help them. I find that incredible. You get more arrogant the more you need other people to actually help help you and ultimately look out on your behalf. How does that work? But y'all, let's get into some more scenarios. But before we do, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And it's only just a click. It's literally just a click. So if you're here anyway, then you might as well just click that like button. And also if you could hype as well.
So it's official. I received my eviction notice. I received it like on the 8th of the month, and I've spent that time trying to raise money for rent, doing everything I can possibly think of to raise money for rent. And alas, I'm still $800 short. And if I don't come up with $800 in a week and some change, I will officially be on the streets.
Hold on.
I even applied for emergency.
I might have to go to her GoFundMe too, because it looks like she's trying to raise money. And I would love to know why you can't work, because it sounds like what she was initially saying is that she had time before and she's been trying to raise money. And now she has one more week to raise $800, which, if you ask me, let's just say you've been trying to raise money for 2 weeks and now you got a week left. I think 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever, is definitely enough time, $400 a week, to come up with that $800. Because if you can't work and raise the money to be able to stay in your place for this month, then if you do raise the money for this month, wouldn't that mean that there's just going to be another month around the corner? So wouldn't you have to do all this again? And instead of you just owing a portion, then you would actually have to raise the entire sum of your rent? I don't understand that. So I would love to see her GoFundMe and see if there is a feasible reason for why she can't go out and work to be able to pay for her rent.
And if I don't come up with $800 in a week and some change,
A week and some
I will
change.
officially be on the streets. I even applied for emergency rent assistance. I haven't heard back. So there's that. But regardless, I do want to thank everybody who has helped and supported me in a variety of ways. It has meant the world to me, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, I want to see the context, because maybe there's a valid reason. That's possible, right?
So it's official.
So let me see the context. Let's see if we can go
I
to the
received
GoFundMe.
my eviction notice. I received it like on the 8th of the
Let's see. Oh my goodness. All right, well, I'm gonna have to go to her profile and see
month,
if it'll
and I've spent the
be on there. She got a link tree. Let's see. She has a lot of links. It's hard to see everything. She does a lot. So here's my thing. Like, if I go to all these links, she's literally a full-time content creator. A full-time content creator, to the point to where, and everything else. Hold on. Okay, here's the fundraiser. Support Empress and her time. Dang. You know what's crazy though? Man, she raised almost $18,000. And her goal is of $22,000. I thought you just needed $800. She raised almost $18,000. So maybe there's a good reason, because what I was gonna say is, on her link tree, oh, she is absolutely a content creator. She has a Patreon. She's an Etsy creator, so she might make certain items as well. She's Instagram. I don't even know what Substack is. Threads, TikTok. She's on YouTube. She's got an Amazon store. She got a mailing list. Shoot, I need to get my business together the way she got it. But at the same time, apparently, business isn't booming the way that it needs to be, because you've had to completely get away from business and actually get into fundraising, which is nonprofit activities. But it says her name, and it says, I'm reaching out for help as I face an incredibly difficult time. I have been out of work for 2 years. Okay, so this is the thing. Despite applying for over 200 jobs and doing everything I can to find employment, living alone, I have managed to get through the kindness of others, get through by the kindness of others. That was her mistake, not mine. But now I am at a point where I have no money left and I'm at risk of losing my home. Okay. I'll leave it to the audience to see if you think that's a valid excuse or not. There's more to read, but I've been out of work for 2 years. And the only excuse that you've given is that you've applied for over 200 jobs and you're doing everything you can to find employment. I don't think that's possible, because I just looked at your link tree and I don't see how you would have the time to be doing everything you can possible when you're a full-time creator on multiple platforms and you sell items on multiple storefronts, Amazon, Etsy. Like, you're taking this full time. So I don't believe that, honestly. I believe that you're focusing and you're trying to become a creator, and now that hasn't panned out. You probably, I wouldn't be surprised if she quit her job to become a full-time creator. And so now that's not panning out, but she still doesn't want to ultimately go back to work, especially after a 2-year span of not working. I'm sure it's a very daunting thing to even consider going back to work. And, I mean, especially she looks like she likes to be comfortable. But let's read the rest of this. Right now, I'm struggling to pay my rent, keep up with my bills, and afford groceries. Every day is a challenge, and the stress of not knowing how I will cover these basic needs has become overwhelming. This fundraiser is my main hope for getting through this period. Any support will go directly towards keeping a roof over my head and making sure I have food and electricity. Your kindness can help me stay safe and stable while I continue searching for work. Thank you for taking the time to read my story. Any help? Well, here's my. Are you really searching for work, though? We just have to call a spade a spade. Are you really searching for work? Because you could literally ask people. I mean, you post all the time on TikTok. And so I guess her storefront is she knits things because she has a lot of videos of her knitting. So knitting, from my understanding, is very time consuming. And clearly that's not paying the bills. Instead of asking for money, I'm going to be real with y'all. She has almost 500,000 followers. You're not going to tell me that you can't put what area you live in. And I'm sure people even have remote opportunities. You're not going to tell me you can't let 500,000 people know that you need a job. Here's my skills, and you don't think you're going to come up with a job. Get the F out of here. You have a network of 500,000 people. You don't think that if you post on there what you can do and that you just really want to work, that somebody's going to have an opportunity for you? She ain't trying to work. We just got to be real. She ain't trying to work. She's not trying to work. And that GoFundMe of raising all that money didn't help.
Hi, anybody that's watching this video, you have to know that I have showed
Her caption says she's being threatened in eviction.
that I am a very peaceful person. I'm very positive. But I just want you to see that the man, right, that lives in my backyard, I want you to see it. He just threatened to kick me out if I don't communicate on phone with him and if I don't call him. He even said in the email that he would have bought a trampoline for my child. He said, why are there bikes in the washing machine? Because that's what your tenant did. I'm just waking up and I got an email for him saying he's going to kick me out in 30 days. All I do is take care of my kids in 30 days. I'm going to go to the hospital. It's always a man. It is always a man.
What?
Hi, anybody that's
What? Hold on. You know what's crazy? It looked like she got sons too. What you mean it? So how did this become something about being a man, ma'am? How did this become something about being a man? Do you want people to just assume that your son is a horrible guy just because of a gender that he did not choose to be born? What are we saying? I want to hear the context again because objectively, what does that have to do with being a man?
I don't call him. He even said in the email that he would have bought a trampoline for my child.
I don't know. But ma'am, this is crazy. This is crazy.
My first time doing this, my first tenants I had to evict. I have 9 properties over the last 2 years I've been buying. So this came as a shock to me that I had to evict them. December 23rd was what the sheriff department wrote down. I gave them to January 8th because I knew the holidays were coming about. and I wanted to make sure they could actually have enough time to find another place or do what they were gonna do,
Big mistake.
hoping that they wouldn't leave it like this. But
Big
I've been
mistake.
cleaning.
Big mistake. You gave them more time to mess up your stuff. That's what you did. It don't matter how much time you gave them. If they gotta go, they not happy, and somebody gotta pay. Even if you're trying to be cool about it, you still gonna be the bad guy. You're still a bad man. It's still always a man. You're still a man. Craziness. So you were a good man objectively, and you were doing what a lot of good men try to do, which is to try to be fair and also be thoughtful and understand their situation, understand what time it is. And although it would have been more convenient for you to go ahead and get them out of there earlier so that you could have some peace of mind over the holidays or whatever, you said, let me just give them some shelter, obviously for free, because if they're getting evicted, they ain't been paying allegedly, and they still did you like this. They still did you like this. So what it ultimately shows is they still wasn't grateful. But I don't hear him saying it's always a woman not grateful even when you're trying to help them. Right? This is a person by person thing. This is a person by person thing. Sure, certain things happen more than others, but listen, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Section 8 tenant. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Section 8 tenant.
Have enough time to find another place or do what they were gonna do, hoping that they wouldn't leave it like this. But I've been cleaning this property all day. My nose is stuffy. It was smelling like all types of dirt. As you gonna see in this video, like, your boy had to put in some work. So as we go through the video, the next room you're gonna see is the kids' room. And they had the hotel lock on there. I didn't understand. The floor was completely tore up. I'm finna have to renovate the whole apartment. Do you see this? So as we going through this, you just gonna see hole after hole after hole.
Wow.
The backstory with who stayed here. I bought it 5 months ago. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do what I did, but from them paying rent late 4 out of the 5 times of me owning it, and
they paid rent late, and he was patient, because you remember the property manager, and she was like, if I'm only late, I thought I just had to pay a late fee. See, she's a property manager, so who she was on the phone, remember? She's a property manager, so she understands you gotta strike quick on these things. You can't give them too much time to be able to do what they trying to do. She's like, oh, I'm only 7 days late. I thought I can just pay my late fee. Why you ain't paid it yet? You trying to really get over. If I let you go 5 months without paying, you ain't gonna pay for 5 months. If I let you go a year, so we might as well just address this now. And then that way, either we just gonna get you out early, or early on we went ahead and set the record straight, so you know how to move accordingly moving forward, and you don't ever try this again. But I think that's what he's gonna have to try to learn, because he just got it and he's already dealing with this. All those holes in the wall were clearly malicious. There's no way around it. Some of those holes are actually higher than the average person's height. They was jumping and punching holes in the wall, allegedly. Just crazy. And this brother tried to be a cool thing. He was patient. They didn't pay him 4 out of 5 months. And he gave him a little bit more time. And they still did him like this.
All the disruptions they done had, I couldn't let the other tenants keep living like that. So stay tuned for the update.
Okay, so let me take the seatbelt off real quick. Let me get comfortable for this, because I ain't no fucking way, y'all. There's no way. Let me get comfortable.
1 second. All right, y'all. So now that I'm comfortable, let me give y'all a little rundown of what's going on. Basically, my landlord, we asked her to fix our hot water. She came, she replaced it. It didn't work. She replaced the elements in the hot water. It didn't work. She replaced another thing in the hot water heater. It didn't work. Our maintenance man bought a hot water heater. Still kicked the breaker. So at this point, we're calling her, telling her like, hey, this is not working. This is not working. It's not getting hot. Like, our hot water's not working. What does she do? She takes her happy ass down to the magistrate office and files a fucking eviction, knowing that we asked her to come fix some stuff for us, knowing that.
So I understand that's a real thing, but tell the story with the full context. We told her to fix the hot water heater. She didn't fix it. So what does she do? Go down to the magistrate office. We're still missing a piece of information, ma'am. Listen, if you don't have hot water, I feel like you're justified in withholding rent, but still include that in the story for the context. Because now that makes me think that there's other details within this that you might be leaving out. Ma'am, just say allegedly that your hot water heater wasn't working or whatever. You told her to come fix it. They didn't fix it, so you didn't pay rent because you said you need to fix this before we pay rent. And because you didn't pay rent, that's why they went down and filed for you to get evicted. So now I don't know if I trust your story because you didn't even say your part, which honestly is reasonable, but it's like you left it out because you clearly don't want to say anything on your part, which makes me think that there might be other parts on your part that have been omitted.
Fucking eviction, knowing that we asked her to come fix some stuff for us, knowing that. Y'all, I hate when people be next to me while I'm making content. Like, there's a man over there. Anyways, knowing that we asked her to come fix something and she didn't come fix it. She didn't want to come fix it. So this lady rather go spend money on. This is awkward. Like, fuck. This is awkward. He's just standing there watching me and shit. Like, what the fuck, y'all? Hold on, I'll be back. Okay, so let me take this.
And she old enough to make her own decision. So she came to me and told me she wanted to give up my ticket that I.
The caption says stepdad stopped paying her rent. Days later, she got evicted.
I paid for. She old enough to make her own decision. So she came to me and told me she wanted to give up my ticket that I paid for to a man that hasn't been there for, right? And you don't want me to be at a graduation that I paid for, the money that I worked for and I spent and paid for, and I got her first apartment, and I'm getting kicked to the curb. I'm the bad guy now.
Ain't nobody said you was getting kicked to the curb. It's just that she want her daddy to come. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that.
You know what? Look, all y'all can go now, because I'm just gonna take everything back.
Wow.
And I'm gonna let y'all
So that like,
that's how it is.
Nah.
That's, you know,
you wrong for that.
I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong.
You wrong.
I'll be wrong. Don't worry about it. Hey, look, I'll tell you what. I'm about to get off this phone. I want y'all to go have a happy family together because I'm out that shit.
Oh, you wrong.
Yeah, that's right. You sure right. Like I'm supposed to do.
I kind of missed a little bit of it, but it sounded like they were being trifling and ungrateful. And so I guess you could say he may be acting a little childish, but I mean, it sounds like it's warranted, especially if he's not being appreciated. Go where you celebrate it. Go where you appreciate it. And don't go where you tolerate it. It seems like he's just being tolerated, and now he's getting gaslit because he's reacting to what I would consider disrespect if I heard it right. It sounds like he paid for a bunch of stuff, and then they don't even want him invited to it. but they'll take his money, and I hate that because I see this happen in a lot of different instances, especially within my community. And what I mean is they'll take your money, but they don't want anything else associated with you, especially if it's your opinion. Especially if it's your opinion on something. When, as we can see, we got a lot of people out here making horrible decisions with horrible discernment, but yet they don't. When you come with some logic, all of a sudden, no, we don't want to hear that. Shush that. But when we need you, we'll call you. And by need you, that means when it's time for you to open up your wallet, whenever we need, reactively, typically without very much notice, then that's when there's an emergency ultimately. But meanwhile, the whole time you were being preventative and you were trying to prevent an emergency from happening before it could even happen. But people didn't want to listen. You might be trying to tell somebody, hey, didn't you just almost get evicted last month? What do you mean you're going on a trip to Jamaica next week? Shouldn't you be saving? I know you couldn't save that quickly. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, don't worry about what I'm doing. Then you get back from Jamaica. Now you owe you done took out a payday loan to go to Jamaica. Now you owe them. Now they threatening to sue you. Now you about to get evicted again and you need some help from getting evicted. But I was trying to tell you and you didn't want to listen. But now you don't want to hear that. And it's just, no, listen, I don't care about that. Just, can you help or not? Fellas, you better start saying, no, I can't help. Nope. But whenever you want to start taking my advice, let me know. But really, I don't have to. It doesn't do anything for me to help guide you and give you advice. To be honest, well, let's get back into it.
You know what? Look, all y'all can go now, because I'm just gonna take everything back.
Wow.
And I'm gonna let y'all
So you doing
handle
that
it.
like
That's how it is.
nah?
That's
You wrong for that.
I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong.
You wrong.
I'll be wrong. Don't worry about it. Hey, look, I'll tell you what. I'm about to get off this phone. I want y'all to go have a happy family together because I'm out that shit.
Oh, you wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
He's
Sure
trifling.
right. Like I'm supposed to just stick around and let something like this go down, man. I've been there for. I ain't trying to hear that crap, man. Straight up.
And the part that makes this even worse, the biological father doesn't even show up. That's when reality finally hits her. By then, the bridge is already burned.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Dad.
Dad, I'm not your dad. Your dad is the one you chose to come to your graduation. What's up?
Dad, I'm sorry, but he didn't even show up anyway.
I keep telling you I'm not your dad. Don't call me that. But that sounds familiar. Don't surprise me. That's what he's been doing for you. You still chose him.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be real though, brother. She's 17. If you chose to take this on, if you chose to involve yourself in this type of debacle, you got to understand this is still a child, man. And so, and this is a traumatized child who didn't get to come up conventionally. So, of course, she's going to want, you should be more upset about the mom. I think he was arguing with the mom, allegedly. But you don't got to take it out on the child, especially, her real dad. She was looking forward to him being there. He's acting a little childish. You got to still be able to, you got to still do what's right. And you can't hold a grudge, especially against a child that it looks like you raised anyway.
Still chose him.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Girl, what do you want?
Well,
This
I
dude
got
is
an eviction
crazy.
notice, and I was calling to see if you would help
Oh,
me out.
What up, baby girl?
man, don't you know I forgot this video was about evictions when I was hearing this story? I forgot this was all about an eviction. It was not, it was about a graduation for a second.
Well, I got an eviction notice, and I was calling to see if you would help me out.
What up, baby girl? I'm sorry. I can't and I will not help you. Figure it out. Call your dad.
This
Dang.
right here is going to divide the comments. Some people are going to say he's
I ain't
bitter.
mad at that.
Other people are going to say once somebody replaces you publicly
I
after
ain't mad at
17
that.
years, don't expect everything to stay the same afterwards.
Honestly, I'm still a little puzzled as to why she thought that she was.
I ain't mad at that, but you should have said call your mama. But I guess you and the mom are still together. So that would still come out of your household. So that's why he said call your dad. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So she's 17, she lived by herself.
Honestly, I'm still a little puzzled as to why she thought that she was able to call me after she did what she did, you know. She recorded this for whatever reason, but now I got it, so we're gonna talk about it. You know, that's why it's always good to start your own, because you ain't got to worry about that after getting kicked to the curb, like straight up. It is what it is, though, but I don't feel bad for it. I mean, should I feel bad? I don't even care what y'all talking about, but should I?
Now the mom jumps online trying to explain her side. But this is where the internet starts blaming her for pushing everybody into a situation that was never going to end peacefully.
So why I'm on here?
That was what I was thinking. That was what I was thinking, because if you ask me, if he's already done the sacred task of raising a kid that's not his, I kind of feel like you have to put a lot of the responsibility and earnest on the mom to bridge everything seamlessly and harmoniously and make sure that there's an understanding and an appreciation. But a lot of times what I witness in these type of situations is that it then become like the mom actually will start enabling it too. And they'll start even dividing the household, and it becomes her and her child. And every second that they get, they let you know that's not your child. This is my child. You just pay these bills. And it's like, wow, like this guy is doing something almost, you could say, philanthropic, something that you should be grateful for and that you should appreciate and that you should also teach your child to appreciate. And you should be bridging the familiarity and creating comfort within the situation to where they can bond in a way that they do feel an attachment and like they are truly one family. You should be one household. But a lot of times I actually see the mother in these scenarios toxify an already complex situation. When, in my opinion, if a guy is coming into your life and he agrees to be a stepfather, I would already think that they're coming in with good intent, wanting to be impactful, wanting to do the right thing. And so how you can muddy that and toxify that, I don't know, but we definitely see it happen. I understand how the kid can start having traumatic backlash just because they're growing. They're going through puberty, they're going through all these biological things, as well as they have the trauma, and they may even be trying to compare other conventional family structures. But again, that's why I put more responsibility on the mother to try to be intentional and take initiative to make sure that there can be a more seamless transition and to set the tone for the household.
This is where the internet starts blaming her for pushing everybody into a situation that was never going to end peacefully.
So why I'm on here and then my daughter bashing my name on social media, which I tried to build her relationship with her biological dad, and her stepdad got hair up his ass. He been there, but her dad just came back into her life, and I'm the bad mom. I'm the bad mom, and I just want her to build a relationship with her dad. Yeah, her stepdad been there. You know, he did this. He got an apartment. He did all that. But at the end of the day,
And then he got her apartment. Ain't that something? So notice what I just said. She's supposed to be bridging the gap of this man who came into the life to raise her. I would bet the entire time they were doing it, she always made it clear that there is a divide and there is a separation. But now the dude that ain't been doing nothing for 17 years, all of a sudden you take an initiative to try to bridge that gap with the daughter. Ain't that something? And it's because it's the work is already done. I believe that's where it comes in at. The work is already done. You've already done it. You've already raised the child all the way to being an adult, up to the point to where you done bought her an apartment. So is there any reverence and respect and appreciation for what you've done before? No. Now that you've already done it, she done got everything she needed. Now she can really disrespect you, which shows you the type of character and the type of person that you've been laying next to this whole time, in my opinion.
and I just want her to build a relationship with her dad. Yeah, her stepdad been there. You know, he did this. He got an apartment. He did all that. But at the end of the day, he took all that shit back. Ain't nobody on social media talking about
Notice she don't even appreciate it. Yeah, he did this, that, whatever. That's big. He doesn't even put the apartment in her name. Got her an apartment. Do you know what that means if she's getting evicted? That means that he probably was a co-signer on that and is probably going to also face some of the repercussions behind that.
Oh, he did that. But he's supposed to have love for her. He raised her 17 years, but he want to take all this shit back from her? And I'm the bad parent because, her dad came back in life. Yeah, we do take those chances. And I wanted to take that chance. But at the end of the day, I'm the bad parent? Man, come on.
And she
And see, and see, you should want to take the backlash. I mean, this dude done raised your child for almost 18 years. And this is what he gets, right? It doesn't even matter what he did. Listen, man, but at the same time, I'm real big on personal responsibility. There's enough instances, there's enough scenarios where we see this go down to where we have kind of learned what we can expect. And ultimately, you always have to do the cost risk analysis. And so, you have to analyze what are the risks that can come with this long term. What have other case studies shown us throughout history, and even maybe what do they show right now within the present landscape that we're within? And then you have to decide if whatever benefits that you get are worth it to you. And so if you do that, then whatever you get after the fact is somewhat of a making of your own creation as well. So you got to be responsible for that. And you got to understand what you're doing. Why she couldn't put the apartment in her name if it's her daughter? Why did you put it in your name? Did they get you to do that? Did they gaslight you to do that? To further get you to invest and put yourself at risk? And then once they've already got it across the line, now they no longer appreciate it. Now they no longer care about it. And now they're only just focused on the next thing. Or they want to focus on the fact that you decided to remove yourself from it. You can't make this up. But we're going to leave it there. It's going kind of long, running short on time. Y'all, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I'm a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels, so that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days. And hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice if you want to hype a video to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video, if that's what you want to do. And then also, if you want to become a member of the channel, join buttons on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family would come with is you would get badges next to your comments, where it would show people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content. And you would also get exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, join buttons on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.